gotta get that name, 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 gotta get it. We got to get that name, we got to get that name, got to get that name.
Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Moving Right Along, a Muppet direct-to-video faff-about podcast brought to you by ToughtPigs.com. It's the podcast where we watch direct-to-video Muppet nonsense 68 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
And I'm your other host, Ryan Rowe.
And today we are talking about 1994's Muppet Classic Theater, a special that stars Muppets and takes place in a theater. But is it a classic? Yes! To find out.
Yes, it is. The answer is yes.
To find out, we are joined by Muppet Classic Theater's #1 fan, Roz Strand. Hey, hi, hey, Roz.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back. I'm so excited to start this 6-part mini episode.
We're not doing this. No, you're talking about when we did 24 episodes about Muppet Family Christmas?
Yes, we're doing the same thing right now,
No,
right?
false.
Why not?
Because this special,
Why the heck not, Anthony?
this special is bad.
We're
No.
not doing 6 episodes on
Hour
this.
per sketch, guys. Hour per mini play.
Roz,
Yes.
Jim Lewis and Bill Prady didn't spend an hour writing each of these sketches.
Oh,
It's getting shady in here.
It's bad news. It's real bad. All right.
Jim Lewis.
You want to
Yes.
marry Jim Lewis?
The dude is a walking, talking house.
You
That
know-
is all I ever wanted.
that sounds weird if you don't know what the talking houses from the Muppet Show are. It sounds like you just think that he resembles a house who walks and
A
talks.
walking,
Yeah.
talking house.
No,
yeah.
so he just all of his writing reminds me of At the Dance or the Talking Houses
Yeah.
parts of the Muppet Show. And I love those. I love one-off jokes. I love corniness. It's adorable. Everything looks perfect. I could talk about this for 6
Yeah.
hours easily.
All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. So it is 1994. We're 2 years after Muppet Christmas Carol. We are actually the same year as Kermit Unpigged, which was our last episode chronologically.
Mhm.
And Muppet Classic Theater is the first ever direct-to-video Muppet movie. Now, I'm putting movie in quotes because it's not really a movie. It's a 6-10-minute sketches about
Right.
classic tales.
And the
Yeah.
way it's shot, it just looks like a TV show. It's shot like a sitcom where, the sets are all like you're just looking into, like a sitcom style set essentially. We never
Right,
see
it's
all
like-
the way around in any of the
Well,
sets.
it's a little play. It's a set of, little vignettes of nursery rhymes.
Fairy
and
tales?
Fairy tales.
Yeah.
So it's great, guys.
Sure, it's great. So
Yeah.
before we get into the actual content of the special, such as it is,
Okay.
let's talk about our history with it. So, Roz, you want to go first? What's your history with Muppet Classic Theater?
I don't want to go first.
Ryan, what's your history with Muppet Classic Theater?
Yeah, I don't know if I got it like immediately when it came out with my allowance money, or maybe I waited until Christmas and got it then. But, it was a must have, obviously, when you're a young Muppet fan, and here's the new thing that they're doing. And yeah, I don't really remember a lot about, I know I liked it. And actually, not long after that is when I discovered, or around the same time was when I discovered the Muppet fan news groups on Usenet, which is kind of a forerunner to message boards and things like that. And my memory is that people there were very excited about it and thought that it was like a really good, fun new Muppet thing, especially the music, which I actually still do like most of these songs a lot.
Yeah. They're really catchy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
of course, this is the period where they're not quite ready to put Steve Whitmire's Kermit out into the spotlight. So Gonzo and Rizzo are the hosts, like they were the kind of the hosts of Muppet Christmas Carol, and they would be the hosts of, or like the semi-main characters of Treasure Island. So it's still part of that kind of weird transitional time in the history of the Muppets.
Well, Gonzo and Rizzo got us through the 90s. Like they
Yeah.
got all the Muppet fans through the 90s. Kept us laughing, kept it light. They became a really fun duo, and it's my favorite duo. Gonzo's my favorite Muppet, And I love Gonzo with Rizzo. I
Yeah,
think
sure.
that the
You do.
sarcasm is great. I think that the offhandedness and, just wackadoo, you don't know what is going to come out of Gonzo's mouth is the best thing ever. And I think that 90s stuff with Gonzo and Rizzo is some of my absolute favorite stuff. It is my favorite stuff because Christmas Carol is my favorite Muppet movie.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite Muppet directed video movie.
It's just this and Kermit Swamp Ears. So
Yeah. There's a ton of pickings.
Yeah, was this like a hot time for direct-to-video original productions
Well,
in general?
this is the same year as Return of Jafar, which is the first Disney one.
Okay.
And but plus it's also that time where you have like all your every like Good Times Video would put out a knockoff of every single Disney movie.
Right. So family-friendly home video was hot at this
Right.
point.
And your Josh Man, Kirby Man movies are coming out around this time.
Kirby,
Well,
yeah.
and video rentals were off the charts.
Yes.
Like there were so many places that you could rent videos from. Like every grocery store had a very large video rental section.
Right.
And we would hit 3 or 4 different stores just to pick out videos.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We couldn't do that.
Oh, yeah, we had more than 700 people in our town.
Right.
Yeah, so it was probably pretty big to put it out on videos because renting videos was so much easier than going out to the movies. And like a lot of movie places, even in the 90s, were still not yet. They were starting to turn over into multi-screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't all rebuilt as these large multi-screen megaplexes for movies.
Right. But also this thing wasn't coming out in theaters, right?
Well, I know.
The
So
backgrounds
videos were bigger
Yeah,
because we didn't have as
Right.
many options to go and see movies.
So this is a time when if a company as big as Disney could release a sequel to one of their huge movies direct to video, then it seemed reasonable that the Muppets could release a brand new production direct to video.
Yeah.
Right. So hear us. What's your history with Muppet Classic Theater? When did you first see it?
I saw it in high school. And I remember exactly where I was, guys. I was teaching the afternoon 1-year-old classroom at a daycare, and my kids were too young to be allowed screens. Even back then, like you had to be in the 4 or 5-year-old room to watch movies. And so if my 1-year-olds all went home, I could run downstairs and watch whatever the 4 and 5-year-olds were watching, and they would watch this movie. And they would also kind of abuse the movies and
chew on them and stuff, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're pretty wild. It's after school. They want to go home. It's getting around 6 o'clock and the movies have gone off, but the tapes are still around. So I might have saved this tape from the preschoolers so that it would not be destroyed.
You're so noble.
I'm not noble. I feel so guilty, guys, but I had to have it.
You know what though?
And
so when you say you saved it, you're saying you took it from that place without anybody's permission.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We still have that tape.
Terrible.
We still have it.
We still have it.
So it's like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
That you've hung on to it.
Yeah.
So you've appreciated it over that time. You've given
I
it
kept
loving
it
home.
the entire time. Like it is the only thing that I have ever taken without permission.
Right.
And
but like we watched that copy last night
for
this podcast. Like,
I have kept it. I have kept it in good care.
Yeah. Nice. They would have thrown it out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. Like at the latest.
Yeah. And kids weren't really into this one. It wasn't a beloved one.
What a shock.
It was to me. And it just wasn't that big of a deal.
Right. Nobody.
I feel terrible. I still feel terrible.
I know. You didn't even you weren't sure you wanted to tell that story.
I really hate that you even asked me. I kind of want to just skip over it.
Roz, we can cut it if you want.
I feel so
I
bad.
don't think anyone is going to report you or send the FBI after you.
I know, but I just feel terrible. I've never done anything like that, but that's how much I loved it. I had to have
I
it.
know. So let's see why. Let's dig into why you.
Yeah, before we get into the specifics, I do just want to mention too. Well, first of all, I had no idea this was 68 minutes. If you had asked me, I would have said, oh, it's probably just like 48 minutes, like the length of an hour-long TV show at that time without commercials. But wow, 68 minutes. This is almost the length of a feature film.
Yeah.
And then it's weird the space that this occupies in the history of the Muppets, because it's kind of a forgotten production, even more so than some of the early stuff, I think, because it just came out on VHS, and that was pretty much it. I saw on Muppet Wiki there were some other like different permutations of releases in Europe and things like that, but it really, unlike even some of the early productions like Hey Cinderella and The Frog Prince, this one wasn't rerun on cable in the 80s and 90s, and it wasn't released like, some of those were released on Laserdisc. This one wasn't really re-released on DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that, so it's kind of fallen through the cracks in a weird way.
Right. It's not on Disney Plus. We should know. It is easy to find online if you Google the title.
Sure,
like
but it just hasn't really been anywhere since it was released.
Right.
Yeah, but if you still watch VHS tapes, then you can
watch it whenever you want.
Yeah.
It even has the ad for Kermit and Pig.
It does.
Oh, nice.
It does. Yeah. It was a big push at that time. It was going to be huge.
Yeah. So anyway, wait, I never said when I first saw it, which is boring. It was in high school. It was like during that time in high school when I was buying all kinds of Muppet stuff on eBay, and this was one of them.
Oh.
And back then I didn't like it that much, and I got rid of it. Oh. And then
that's how you first heard about it? Was you discovered it on eBay?
Well, I discovered it on probably like Bill Sherman's Muppet fan site or something.
Okay, sure.
But I bought it on eBay. I was just buying Muppet stuff. I was just spending so much of my money from my high school job on VHS tapes and records and stuff, Muppet stuff on eBay. And this was one of them. And I watched it and I was like, oh, okay. And then I don't know, I probably kept it for a few years, but I don't think I ever watched it again until I met Roz. And then I've seen it, I don't know, 1,000 times.
Yeah, probably.
No, probably not. But okay, so I think
I had a friend in high school. She was my only friend, Lauren. So Lauren Kistler.
Lauren Kistler is not your only friend.
No, she was my only friend who was in the Muppets.
You didn't say that though.
Okay, Lauren in high school. My only friend who was into Muppets was Lauren. Now Lauren Kistler. So Lauren, if you happen to be listening to this, hi. But she and I would watch Muppets from Space, and whenever I got this tape, we watched this. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Like, it's fairy tales. I love it. And talk about how cool Gonzo is. And then, just like have it on in the background, hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the rotation.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that from you too. All right. Well, let's talk about what happens in it.
Yes.
So the first thing is that the framing device is that Gonzo and Rizzo are hosting it, as we talked about, as you said, Roz.
Yes.
Gonzo and Rizzo are that new hotness at this time.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that strikes me watching it for the podcast, they do the first intro out in the lobby. Like, they're not even allowed in the theater.
Not yet.
Like, they're not on stage. Like, why aren't they introducing this production from stage?
Because they are our perspective. They're us.
I guess so, but why are
They're my friends.
And they need the dramatic moment of opening the doors and letting a crowd of like 7 whatnots enter the majestic Muppet Theater.
Yes.
Right. So then the first, well, okay, first, before we get into the actual segments, I want to talk about the songwriters, because there are 3 songwriting teams credited here. One is Mark Radis, who had done the songs for Muppets at Walt Disney World.
Great songs,
which we all really like. I
A
think.
laundromat. Who would have thought of that?
You love it.
So
you love
great.
it.
I love that song.
You told Dave Wills how much you love that song when we met him.
I shocked him that I knew that song.
His exact response was, "You know that song." Anyways, Michael and Patricia Silversher, who have a number of other Muppet credits, but most of them are Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree. They wrote those songs. And Ryan's favorite show, Animal Jam, Bozark the Elephant. They wrote his theme, presumably.
Okay. Now you're talking.
But it also says that they wrote songs for Elmo and Grouchland. That's probably the other big one. So, but they wrote the theme song for the Gummy Bears, and that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. So, anyways, those are the other ones. But then the third team is Phil Balstrom and Dennis Lee, the Fraggle Rock team. And one thing we'll see is on Muppet Wiki, Mark Radiss's one song is specifically credited, and the Silvershares 2 songs are specifically credited. The other 3 songs aren't registered under any specific songwriter.
Yeah, this is surprising for Muppet Wiki, which usually has all the details about everything.
So I actually asked some of our editor friends at Muppet Wiki, Shane and Andrew, both longtime friends of ours and editors over there, and they both told me that basically it's that because Balsam and Lee are Canadian, they only register. There's like different laws in Canada, so they have it in a registry as like songs from Muppet Classic Theater, but it doesn't have the individual titles listed. But the other 2 songwriting teams are American, and so the individual songs are listed.
So does that mean...
so we can assume that the other 3 are Balsam and Lee.
Okay,
but we don't. Muppet Wiki doesn't feel confident to state that for sure.
They do have the feel of it, though. They feel like Fraggle Rock songs.
Is one of them Bad Shoe Blues?
It's Bad Shoe Blues, Show Me Some Respect, which I think also feels very Fraggle-y.
Yeah.
And then it's Who Do You Think You're Fooling is the other one. Because got to get that name is Mark Radiss, and then Nothing's Too Good for You and King and Midas Touch are by the Silvershares. Yeah. So I think that especially, like I said, Bad Shoe Blues, we can talk about this later. But yeah, it's interesting that we don't know sure which ones are Balsam and Lee, but
we've got some Fraggle songs in there and they just feel like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So anyways.
And the Silvershare songs are really different, I feel. Compared to the other ones, they do different things within their songs.
Right. Got to get that name is more in the style of Balsam and Lee.
Yeah.
Like that closer. That feels
that feels closer.
Yeah.
But their Midas Touch song is 2 totally different songs mashed together.
Right.
They've got a mix in there, which is very unusual.
Right. Yeah. And we'll get there. So the first sketch though is the 3 Little Pigs.
Yes.
And the 3 Little Pigs is about Sandy Pig, played by Miss Piggy, of course, and her 2 brothers, Andy and Randy Pig, in their first appearance ever. And it's funny because the joke with Andy and Randy Pig here is that they are dumb and they make dumb houses. And Miss Piggy is smart and makes a high-tech smart house like in the movie Smart House. And that's going to keep the big bad wolf out. But Andy and Randy are not really themselves here.
Well, no, in fact, it's one of them is Dave Goelz, like on Muppets Tonight later, but the other one is Brian Henson, I think.
Yeah, the other one's Brian Henson, but they're also totally different puppets than they are.
Yes, they are. The designs are different.
Yeah, both not the same.
These are. There were these 2 stupid pig characters on the. There was this interstitial on Nick Jr. called Muppet Time. And
Muppet Time.
One of the segments on that, was it actually called 2 Stupid Pigs or something like
that? Like that. Yeah, but wasn't like David Rudman one of them? Like that was also different, right?
It was different and they had different names, but I feel like these 2 pigs must have been inspired by those 2 pigs.
Yeah.
I think that they look better than the ones in Muppets Tonight.
Yeah.
Honestly. I think that they're more exaggerated. I think that they look like one of them doesn't have big bulgy eyes and one does. I think that they look more interesting apart from each other.
Sure. They're identical.
Yeah, they're identical on Muppets Tonight. And I find their design a lot more interesting on this one. I think that they're cuter. I think that they use them in more adorable ways. And even though they are 2 stupid pigs, I think that they're really fun to watch.
It was Kirby and Jeffy on Muppet Time.
Kirby and Jeffy.
Muppet Wiki says their sketches take place in their room and their situations often concern impressing their mother. So,
yeah, all right.
This one, they have a dad.
They do have a dad on this.
Yeah.
But they all set out from their dad to build these houses.
And the dad is a jerk. See, you guys are boys. If you haven't noticed.
He's a chauvinist for sure.
He's a chauvinist. Mm-hmm. And since I'm talking with 2 cisgendered men, you don't know what it feels like to have a pig totally reflect what has been happening to you.
That is true.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is still early days. This is pre Melissa McCarthy. This is pre Leslie Jones. We didn't have a ton of full figured smart girl representation, and fat was completely an insult. And here's Miss Piggy designing a perfectly amazing house, and then she's getting crapped on by her dad. And it's just like, oh, I'm here. Hi. This is for me. I should be watching this, and it's so much fun. And it's sense, just like, you have to deal with the crap and your idiot brothers and your idiot fathers and idiot men in your life, and you're still going to be awesome and look amazing, and you're still going to build that house however you want it. So yeah, this was a strong start for me.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I think that the jokes in it are really funny too.
What are some of the jokes?
Just Andy and Randy Pig going, oh yeah, we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. They can't be Moa's brothers.
She does say that a lot of times.
She says that many times, yeah.
She says
that's the joke. That's
maybe
the joke.
Too many times, but it lands. I think that it lands the first time. And then also whenever her dad says, oh, isn't that cute? It's a little picture of a house. And the jokes here are constant reaction jokes. Like the Muppets character reactions straight out to the audience because it's in a play. There's just no fourth wall. They're just with the audience all the time. That her look out to the audience is a great joke, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you do. And then Piggy gets so the big bad wolf shows up.
Yes.
It's Jerry Nelson this is a character he played on Sesame Street many times.
Yeah, it's great to have him as a big bad wolf again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it's great. He blows down the houses. You love that.
That puppet looks very heavy, by the way. It seems
big bad wolf. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be a big bad wolf.
That's true. Yeah, they couldn't just have a normal sized bad wolf.
No, he's got to be big, and I love that they physically blow down the houses.
Right, the houses are not, because a lot of the sets on this are just like they draw paper backgrounds.
Yeah.
So
I like that because it does look like the sets are handmade, like something that kids in middle school might build themselves for their own production of a play based on a fairy tale.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of raffia wrap with a bunch of hay on it, and then it gets blown over, and you see it physically move as I forget whether it was Andy or Randy who was under it first.
Nobody knows.
But
there's no way to know.
There's a point. It should just be run by women. But anyway, so he pops out and he moves the whole house in order to get out. And I think that that's I'm glad that they put that effort into it. They could have just had like a spinning box move out of frame or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
And they made a tangible house.
Yeah, it's not just a flat that falls down backwards or something. It is actually has some dimension to it.
Yeah, right. And a flat fall down backwards house would match with the rest of the scenery. Like they could have done that as a gag, but they decided to put in a little bit more effort, and I think that it pays off.
That is good that one element of this special they put effort into. It is.
They put in a lot of effort. Did you see Piggy's hair? You don't even know the effort that they put in.
I saw Piggy's hair.
Don't even know.
I saw it.
I think the way the puppets are dressed and styled in general is very good in this. Like the costumes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. And like they paid a lot of attention to detail on their costumes and one of my favorite things whenever they blow down the house made of sticks, and I think it's Randy Pig. It really is hard to tell them apart, even though they look different.
House of Sticks was Randy. Yeah, I did write that.
Randy. How he has his little blankets in his little hands, and he uses his little blanket to go up and down over his face and to like cower over his nose. And I think that that's such a great little puppeteering hack that it's like you can just show all these different emotions with a blanket in his hands because they're rod puppets. And so I always love that. It's so cute. Yeah.
It's awesome. So then Piggy, we talked about the songs. Piggy gets a song here, just like in all of the Disney live action remakes. The feminism can't just stand on its own. They have to do a song about how it's being feminist, you know?
Yeah.
That's what this is. It's Show Me Some Respect. It's one of the Balsam and Lee songs, we think. And it's a good one. It's a lot of fun. It's Frank. I mean, here's the thing. Frank Oz singing as Piggy
is great.
You can't go wrong.
And he growls out so many of these lines, which is great. Great.
And the two brothers are singing the backup part.
Yes.
Like, ooh, respect.
Yeah.
More. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I love your enthusiasm for this thing.
Yeah.
I really do. You know that.
I like when the wolf comes to the house and Piggy opens the door and the wolf says, "Whoa, a brick house." And she says, "You're no Junior Petite yourself."
See, like that wasn't represented. What did I have in 1984?
I mean, sad but true, Roseanne.
Roseanne. Are you kidding me?
No, right.
That's not somebody that we're supposed to aspire to.
I mean, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell was out there.
You know,
yeah,
she's a movie star still. She wasn't.
Yeah,
she didn't have a TV show yet.
But when did Friends start?
Ricky Lake, Hairspray.
Yeah,
you know, that's only a few years old.
There was some.
That's a good one. When did Friends start? The same year, 1994.
So Friends started, and being fat was a huge joke in it.
Right, Monica.
And it was
skinny.
It was
Cox,
the very skinny. She's never been. She's never been big. They put her in a fat suit with her skinny little hands, and it was a big fat joke that she was big and fat.
Yeah.
So to add jokes, to add a song where she says respect, and she's just like, "You're no Junior Petite yourself. You know, just shut up." It's great to see that attitude because it wasn't there. It really wasn't around.
Piggy is snapping back.
Yes, like I was given health equipment and exercise tape since I was 10.
Right.
People trying to make me look different.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was one of the first. She was just, the thing is that she was a Muppet and she was kind of a joke too. But in this instance, she was the smart one. She was the respectful one. She was the one who was going to figure out how to be the big bad wolf. And it just wasn't a story that was told enough. Not the Three Little Pigs. That's been done to death. But
the sister pig and all that. I mean,
strong full-figured woman is going to save the day.
Sure.
So
yeah. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Well, any other thoughts about Three Little Pigs, Ryan? Before we move on.
You know, Piggy does beat the wolf in the end. He's obviously seen the Great Muppet Caper because he tries to sneak in as a pizza guy. And she slams the door in his face, and then he's trying to come down the chimney as Santa, and she lights a giant firework, and it rockets him off into the sky, and then I guess the wolf like blows up into thousands of little pieces in the sky.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Either that or dies of asphyxiation.
Oh yeah, the rocket just keeps going until he runs out of air. If it
keeps going up that many miles. But his little legs wrapped around the rocket, I think, are a great touch.
You laugh. Last night you laughed at that. Yeah, you're just like, ah.
Oh, look at his little legs. They're so tiny.
Yeah.
You're not so big, Wolf.
Yeah.
Right. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I would say there are 3 last night that you said were your favorites when they happened. You're like, no, maybe it's this.
Yeah, like 3 out of 6 are my favorites, and then the other 3 I also like a lot.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So the second one is, I would say, not one of your favorites, and that's King Midas.
No,
but it's one of your second favorites.
It's one of my second sets of favorites.
Yeah.
And before they get into that story, there's this moment where Rizzo is inside Gonzo's popcorn tub, and Gonzo says he doesn't want to eat the popcorn now that a rat has been inside. And Rizzo says, "Well, hoity-toity," which is something that he said in Muppet Christmas Carol. And as we pointed out, that's not really how the phrase hoity-toity is used.
Except when Rizzo says it.
Yeah, Rizzo just makes it his own. So
yeah, he names la-di-da.
Yeah, pretty much. But here it is again.
But he's just like, well, Mr. Hoity-toity. You know, anything with that oi sound to make him sound more Brooklyn, I think.
Yeah. He's from New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey.
As Muppet Christmas Carol established.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah, right.
All of that is just like drive over country to me. But I'm changed.
Drive over country. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. So, anyways, then King Midas happens.
This is probably the oldest story that they do, by the way, because a lot of these are like European folk tales and fables, and this King Midas is from ancient Greek mythology, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is probably the oldest of all of these stories.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah, I
has
suppose
a
so.
satyr in it, and you know it, and they're and they dress up and they dress the characters in
Like togas
in
stuff.
togas
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're trying to reflect that, which is cool.
Right. So Kermit is King Midas, and he just wants to like help all the people. He's very altruistic.
Yes.
But then Gonzo shows up.
As all monarchs are.
All monarchs. Yeah.
As wimpy Kermit of the 90s
Yeah.
is wont to
Yeah,
do.
he's 90s wimpy Kermit, and Gonzo is a satyr who shows up and like gives him whatever he wants. But the Queen Piggy is like, I want the power of gold, because that was one of the things on the list. And then he gives Kermit the power of gold. Kermit turns everything into gold for his citizens. Then he touches his own head and turns gold. And then Piggy's sad because he's gold and she can't smooch him. And then she's like, Satyr, get back here. And then Gonzo turns him back at the end. So
yeah, if you wrote this, it would be super depressing.
no, that's what happened.
No,
That's what happens.
that's not how you should tell it. You're doing it wrong.
Okay. So no, we can still talk about it. I just thought
Yeah.
we should just say it all and then it's just over and then we can just talk about it. So what do you like about this one, kid?
Well, for jokes, did you write down, Ryan, the money jokes that Gonzo does in this? Drachmas, rubles, yen, gold. What, like, he goes through so many different types. And I think that it's hilarious that he names like all different types of currency. And then whenever
I think Dave Gold's delivery is very enthusiastic.
yes.
Yeah.
You're just saying when he lists different kinds of currency?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was honestly waiting for the punchline that I had
I
forgotten.
know. This is what I'm saying. I cannot tell you how many times when we're watching this, last night and other times, there will be times where my attention starts to drift because I think this thing is so boring. And almost every time I think this is boring, Roz will say, I love that bit. They're like, that's so good.
I think that it's really funny that he's like, because he's being punished for sleeping on the roses.
Yeah.
And then he's punished by death. And he says, oh, I hate to see what you guys do to litterers, because he just fell asleep on the roses. But it's like he's been prepared. He does this all the time. And so he has this long laundry list of things that he could grant you. And it's just like, I'll give you any sort of wish. And she's just like, money. Okay, well, here's every type of money. And little kids, whenever this came out, they didn't know all these different types of money. But I was in high school and I was just like, oh my gosh,
So
I had forgotten that rubles were a thing.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
That sounds more like it's educational than funny, though. Like it's teaching kids different types of currency.
Well, I did become a teacher, so
It's
This
true.
is why.
Yeah.
that might be why. But then he does the same thing with the gold, and the last gold thing that he says, gold in them dar hills, and it's like that's not a thing.
That's from the gold rush. That's like
yeah, but like, how do you grant that? That's not a thing that can be.
Oh yeah, sure.
Granted at all, and then it's just like scrolling, verbal scrolling right now.
Yeah,
so I
sure.
like that. I think that it's a good joke, Ryan. I think that it's a good joke, Anthony.
No, I'm sorry. Honestly, I didn't realize that was the joke.
I think that it's a good joke, Jim Lewis.
Yes, Jim Lewis. Good joke.
You should,
I laugh.
You should tell him.
I should.
Yeah.
But anyways, Gonzo, the satyr. Gonzo looks awesome in it.
Yes,
The
his costume
satyr
looks
costume
great.
is real good. I have the satyr makeup written in my notes, but I guess it's not really makeup. It's just like stuff stuck on the puppet because he's a puppet.
But somebody had to make that stuff.
It's like stage makeup. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this one, they have a couple of different scenes, different backgrounds too.
There's the garden and the throne room.
The garden and the throne room, and I think that that's really fun. And they were just like expanding it from the first one. which I think is good.
Yeah.
And Piggy,
Like you frogs expand.
like, that's a myth.
What?
Myth.
Yeah.
Piggy looks incredible too. She's in brown hair. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Girl has it going on. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And so the song in this one is The Midas Touch.
Yeah, it's called My Touch. This is by Michael and Patty Silvershire. And as you alluded to, Kermit's trying to do this like slow Happy Trail style number.
Yeah, it's like John Denver wrote half of this song.
Yeah, and then Piggy comes in and tries to do this like 42nd Street style.
Yeah.
Like Busby Berkeley kind of dance number.
Yeah.
And like you're gonna disagree with me. I know you are.
I disagree with you about everything with this movie.
I think this is one of these times when the like low production values of this really kind of kills the joke.
I think in general, whatever they're doing for the music is like, you can tell they did not have a real orchestra for this. It might just be like some guy on his keyboard doing all the music, you know.
Right.
It does not sound like real instruments. It sounds like synthesizer instruments. And this one is a good example of that. I think really bringing down what is a good song with the low production values of it.
Right. Well, and visually too, like Piggy keeps trying to interrupt it with this like big epic splashy dance number.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it like clearly like is written to be like it's Piggy's fantasy from Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah.
And instead it's just like Piggy and like you said, Ryan, 7 whatnots. Just kind of like
right, and they're all
leaning back and forth.
Yeah, and they're all pretty much stuck in the one static frame. Like even on later seasons of the Muppet Show, sometimes they would have these big, expansive, elaborate sets, and they would cut all around the sets and get different angles and have different layers and things like that. But yeah, and most of these are pretty much just characters right in the middle of the set, kind of just stuck within the confines of the frame.
And I've always accepted that as this is a play.
But so is the Muppet Show.
Well, I know, but the Muppet Show is a little bit more than that because you see backstage, you see in the dressing rooms.
Yeah.
You know that this is a show about a talent, a whole mixed talent show. But this is a play that you are watching. We saw the curtain go up. Gonzo and Rizzo are in a box, watching the show whenever they're not actually in it. It's small community theater because they each have to keep leaving in order to play parts in it.
Right.
Like, that really rings true with me. You know, like the people out in the audience are also the people who happen to know who is in the play. It's just a great little community theater gig. And so that's why I easily forgive that, though I understand. It's not my favorite song for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's why they couldn't go that much further with it, is because they were trying to make it into a play, trying to show like this is real life theater.
That all makes sense. I think it's just that we know what the Muppets can do when they do have a bigger budget, so it's hard not to notice what the limitations
Not
are.
all of us can have a bigger budget all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's just sad though.
No, it's not sad. Oh my god!
But it's not like Ryan and I are like,
yes.
I want to hate this Muppet thing. Like you must know that.
No,
but
I'm not saying I hate it even. I'm just saying
I'm not. No, not at all. Roz, no, Roz.
Okay.
What Muppet thing do I want to dislike?
No, you don't want to dislike.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I have one that I want to dislike.
It's not like I go into this with my arms folded, being like, "Yeah, impress me, Muppets." No, of course I want to love this. I just don't.
Yeah. Well, and everybody's allowed their opinion. Yours is just wrong. It's fine.
There you go.
I still love you. It's okay.
I love you too.
You're just wrong.
So anything else about not Boy Who Cried Wolf? That's the next one. Anything else about the Midas touch?
I like in the song, the internal rhyme, "Listen, Buster, don't you know the polish and the luster of the Midas touch?" That's a catchy little rhyme. And then she says, "You with your golden robe, me with my golden globe." And then she pauses and says, "Thank you, international press." That's a fun little gag that would go over the heads of most children.
Yeah, I like that.
The line, "Don't be silly, gild the lily." This was absolutely the first place that I ever heard the phrase "gild the lily," and I had no idea what it meant at the time.
It's like it's pretty fun poetry. I just don't think that the song like quite jives. I think that if Kermit's part was even better.
Yeah, Kermit's part is kind of nothing.
And our friends all around us.
Yeah.
More precious than gold. Yeah, it's
yeah, but you know the words.
I know every word.
You really
I know every single
There's a
word.
peek behind the curtain. Roz was again watching this last night for the podcast, saying so much of the dialogue out loud along.
Yeah.
Like you know this script.
Well, and I had to lesson plan at the same time.
Yeah, you were working.
I was working the entire time, and I can still recite this while working. I could recite it in my sleep.
Yeah.
I've seen this a lot.
Right.
Well, I had the tape for so long.
I know.
So, I really like it whenever Piggy's dancing in the garden with Golden Kermit, and she's like trying to heave him. She's like, "What are you looking at?"
She's trying to act like everything's normal, and she has this giant, heavy statue of Kermit that she's trying to carry around. Yeah.
And I thought that was great puppetry to show the weight of a giant gold frog.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And then the ending, it's such a stupid joke. It makes me laugh so much. Like, you can choose anything, and she chooses a slice-o-matic.
Yeah,
that's a ridiculous 70s thing that I think I might have heard about whenever I first saw this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, do they have one in avocado green? Woo! You know, it's just such a stupid joke. It kills me because it's so dumb.
It is dumb.
I love that. I love how dumb it is.
It is dumb.
Yes.
I do agree.
That's my boy. That's Jim Lewis. I know and love.
And then the next one is called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. And this is another one of your three favorites.
Oh, yeah. My favorite character in this is this special specific.
Because your favorite character is the star, Gonzo.
Yeah.
But also, you're talking about, we'll see. All right.
Yeah.
So Gonzo is the titular boy. And he's supposed to be watching.
Oh, and
he's a shepherd.
In the in-between, I think that it's really funny that he's just like, oh no, I'm in this too. And he can't get his legs off.
Yeah.
That's great.
His goat legs are still on, yeah.
His goat legs are still on.
That is pretty good, yeah.
And even the intro, it's like, and the boy, aside from missing his cue, Rizzo.
That's pretty good.
That's a great joke.
I don't know if it's a great joke, but it's like a cute moment.
But it's a cute community theater thing.
Yeah,
how often has that happened? That happens in like every single high school musical put together that you've ever done it. I was doing musicals in middle school. None of us were on time.
Right.
None of us got it right. And it was always funnier whenever somebody screwed up because it was just like, oh, look at them trying. I like that.
Sure,
I like that. Yeah.
So Gonzo's been making up earthquakes and tidal waves, and everybody gets mad, and Kermit's the mayor, and he gets mad.
It's interesting because it's usually, or actually it always is the sheep who start panicking, and they make Gonzo panic. So
yes.
Gonzo,
right.
Yeah, if Gonzo weren't listening to the sheep in the first place, then none of this, would have happened with the townspeople not trusting him. So that just goes to show you don't follow the sheeple.
Oh. Yeah.
Very nice.
So Kermit's the mayor, and he gets mad, and then, but then a real life situation shows up, which is a wolf. And talking about your community theater repertory company feel, the wolf is the big bad wolf again. Yeah. Same puppet, Barry Nelson doing the same voice.
Yeah, he's typecast.
Although a lot of puppets appear multiple times in the special, and they're not always performed by the same character every time. I noticed one of either Andy or Randy shows up again in a later story and has a completely different voice with a British accent.
Yeah, he's in the Emperor's New Clothes.
Okay, so maybe I guess that pig actor is just doing a character for the second bit.
The wolf's been watching Gonzo and how no one believes him, so he decides to show up and take all the sheep. And Gonzo, of course, freaks out, and Kermit doesn't believe him. The townspeople don't believe him. They sing, I think, my personal favorite song in this special, which is "Who Do You Think You're Fooling?"
Yeah,
which is another one that we assume is Balsam Lee.
It's either is my favorite or it's tied for first.
Yeah, sure.
It's hilarious. I love all the differentiation in who is singing which part. The speak sing that they do it.
Sure, yeah.
That's really great. It's really catchy.
It is catchy. I get this one in my head a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
The part, I think it's the rabbit who sings, "You pulled the wool right over our eyes too many times with all your lies." Yeah.
That is such a great line.
It's good.
Yeah. And I love that descending line is just beautiful.
Right. Well, and that the line that Ryan just said, like that sounds like Dennis Lee.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, like it would not surprise me at all if you wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even just the instrumentation behind it, do 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 do. It just sounds so musical theater perfect.
Yeah.
You know, and they have a lot of detail. I know that there's only like 7 whatnot Muppets around, but they managed to make it look really, really interesting. They have a lot of details in their costumes. They change out the voices of who's singing what line. And it's incredibly engaging song to me. I really think that song, I could sing it right now, the entire thing.
You absolutely could.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying really hard not to. That's why I said it out loud. It's so hard not to sing this song.
Do you want to sing
just sing it. That's enough. That's not what this podcast is about. But if you come to my house, I will stand around and sing this song with you.
Can confirm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if she's in this one, but I noticed either Belinda or Bettina is one of the Muppet extras in a lot of these stories.
Yeah, she pops up.
She doesn't have the curly blonde hair. She has more of a short hairstyle, but
yeah,
she's in here.
Yeah. Oh, and I love the side gag where he's knocking over the rabbit with the like basket of goods. Because like each time that Gonzo comes into the scene, then it's like he's knocking over a rabbit. And then at one point the rabbit is trying to run and he still bowls him over. And that's a fun little sight gag. That's like reminds me of the cabbage seller in Avatar, where it's it's like 3 times that he knocks over this guy despite his best efforts. And I think that's
if I even noticed that.
Go back. You want to watch it again?
Yeah.
I'll watch it again with you.
Okay.
But there's a lot of fun side gags in this. And during the song, whenever Gonzo's going back, like he takes an actual photograph of the wolf holding a knife and fork.
Yes.
And then he also does a painting of the wolf as like Napoleon.
Yeah, exactly.
And like what funny side gags during this song. It really cracks me up. I love it.
It does. So anyways, then the sheep end up saving the day. Because they bring in their giant cousin Norman.
Which is good because they pretty much started it.
Yeah,
it's true.
But he puts down his crook because he's a sham of a shepherd. And then they're just like, okay, we better fix this. You remember my cousin Norman?
You love that guy. So that's your favorite guy.
I love Norman.
You do. Well, listeners might remember last year on April Fool's Day, we did a fake Muppet mural for Tough Pigs. That was like all the forgotten characters and nonsense. And like I did Durwood Clapper and stuff.
Yeah.
And you did Norman.
I did Norman.
You drew Norman.
I drew it off the TV.
That was your only one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're in the documentary.
Yeah.
The documentary that Jared made. You, right, Jared? Jared put that thing together, right? Yeah. You are trying to pause the VHS
with a piece of paper
on my 13-inch VHS combined player TV. But yeah, Norman is, first of all, the way that they start from way back and then bring him up and he's massive and he's bigger than the wolf is brilliant. Because most of these sketches don't seem to have depth.
Yeah,
you know,
they got the paper backdrops.
They've got the paper backdrops, and that's fine. But all of a sudden, there's depth, and Norman is massive, and he's adorable. And then he just like rears up and just stomps on the wolf, and he's just like, ha 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 ha. he's like Captain Hammer or something. He's just
Captain Hammer.
well, he just seems to have so much confidence, and he's just like, no, his voice is so much lower than all the other sheep. Yeah, I love Norman.
And that's all
Norman's-
it takes. He just kind of steps on the wolf and knocks him down, and that's it. He
And
saves the
that's
day.
it. That's the end. It's great. Again, just another stupid ending with a really great Muppet of Norman. He looks amazing.
I was curious. I just looked up Norman on Muppet Wiki. It seems like this is the only time they used him until Lady Gaga and the Muppets Holiday Spectacular, when he appeared in a spoof of William Shakespeare's Hamlet. I do not remember that scene, but
I remember very little from that special.
Yeah.
We should probably watch it again, actually.
But,
we should just watch Muppet Classic Theater again.
Probably do for a rewatch of Lady Gaga.
So yeah, Norman, I guess, was just in storage for all those years in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great looking puppet, though.
He is.
I love that. And that's one of the reasons Boy Who Cried Wolf is one of the top 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Anything else about this one, Ryan?
Gonzo gets a medal with his face on it.
Yeah.
Because
Gonzo medal.
For once, he actually told the truth. Like for
right.
wolf when there was actually a wolf. So it's okay to lie twice as long as you tell the truth the third time.
Yeah.
That's the moral.
I like how much Kermit gets to freak out in this one.
Yeah.
I like that he gets to scream.
Yeah, he gets to do a little bit of "I want my Kermit the Frog" T-shirt.
Yes.
Energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's always a fun version of Kermit, the panicked, overwrought Kermit, and he gets to do that as the mayor. And he gets a great outfit.
Yeah, he does. He looks cool.
Yeah, that layered vest and stuff. And yeah, I think that it looks awesome. Yep. Okay.
All right. So the next one.
Next brilliant piece of media, you mean?
Next brilliant piece of media.
Yes.
It stars Gonzo again.
Well, first there's an intermission.
Oh yeah, then they do an intermission. Yeah.
Which for some reason causes Gonzo to just panic. Because he didn't know there was
still
going to be
under
an
the
intermission.
influence of the sheep. He's method.
You think so?
He's being a method actor.
But the intermission only lasts 30 seconds, which is really not long enough to go to the bathroom or go get yourself food or whatever Rizzo says. So
right. Well, it was on the tape, so you could pause it.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why it's there, but should we just wait here 30 seconds in silence and give our listeners an intermission?
Should we do a 1 week intermission and make this 2 episodes after all? Give Roz her dream.
Yes, 6 episodes in a week.
We'll see how much longer we keep going.
So what do we do now?
Get some food, go to the bathroom, freshen up, and... Say, aren't you wearing the wrong costume?
Oh, no, you're right. Quick, take my hat.
Oh, ah!
All right, and now we're back after the intermission. Gonzo.
Intermission?
You're being him?
Sorry.
You want to be Rumpelstiltskin?
I had to.
You want to be Rumpelstiltskin? The next one is Rumpelstiltskin, and it stars Gonzo as a guy named Rumpelstiltskin. But before we see him, we see Kermit as a king.
He's a sad and lonely king.
Sad and lonely king, unlike the other one where
We
he was
love
already
seeing
married.
Kermit sad and lonely.
Yes.
And he wants to get married, and then Piggy's dad. It's the same dad, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's the same dad.
Yeah.
Still a jerk.
He's a jerk again. Yeah.
Still
But
a
her
jerk.
name is not
dad.
Sandy, so she's not playing the same character.
Right.
Correct.
Her
Correct.
name is just Piggy in this one.
Right.
And her dad is the miller, and he really wants to get rid of her, I guess. So he says that she can spin straw into gold to impress the king, but then she can't do that. But then a little guy shows up and says, "Hey, I can do it." We all know the story of Rumpelstiltskin, right? So
Yeah, well, they put her in a dungeon and say, "Okay, you have one night to spin all this straw into gold."
yeah, that's
And
like in the story.
yeah, and of course she can't do it.
Yeah. So then he does it, and he keeps doing it, and then he's like, "I'm going to take your firstborn if I do it this time." And then she marries Kermit. We don't see the baby. She and Kermit have a baby.
She's
in
just
this.
holding a little bundle that we never
It's
see.
a bundle, so we don't get to see the little bouncing baby fig. You know,
a little pink frog or a little green piggy.
The little proggy.
yeah, and so but then he shows up and he's like, "Unless you can guess my name, I'm taking your
Now,
kid."
The set of the dungeon is much more. It has much more depth and weight to it than any of the other sets in this entire special. And I'm not sure why that is, unless they just wanted to make it seem spooky. But unlike these flat sets that we've seen so far, it really does look like the walls look like they're really like three-dimensional rock, and there's like fog wafting in. It looks much
Yeah.
more like a real space than any of the other sets.
I think that they did that in order to like show the amount of work that she had to do.
Yeah.
Like I think that they did it in order to show off how much hay there was.
How
Because if
intimidating
it
it
was
was for
just
Piggy.
yeah. And also to have for them to still have a stage, like to show that much hay in the previous scenes would have taken away all of the area for Piggy and Gonzo to interact with. There's also like a full-size spinning wheel or
Yeah.
a full Muppet-size spinning wheel, and those are big.
Yeah.
Like so they needed some depth in order to fit that on there.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a great set. They use it later too.
In Emperor's New Clothes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got their money's worth.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is the same.
Also, you wanted me to remind you to talk about how much you love one of Piggy's lines in this one.
Oh yes. So I quote this. I use the tone and I say this. I say a lot of things in this tone, which is I'm the queen. I'm the queen.
You do, it's true.
I love that because it's just like I don't know. It's very Piggy and it's just very exciting. Whenever he comes in and it's just like, okay, tell the king I'm the queen. I'm the queen. I'm the queen. I love it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, you do. So anyways, now she doesn't want to lose her firstborn, her mysterious. The baby kind of reminds me. Speaking of Friends, we were talking about Friends earlier and how skinny everyone was.
Yeah.
On Friends, you don't really see the baby Emma all that much. They'll do like episodes where they like talk about the baby, but she's just in a
pumpkin seat.
A pumpkin seat, and you never see her.
Yeah, she's
that's how this baby.
This baby gets carried around in a nice big blankie, and then that's about it.
Right, but so she doesn't want to lose the baby. So she needs to figure out that name, and that's why they do a song. Mark Radis's only contribution to the special is, as far as we know, is a song called "Gotta Get That Name."
Gotta get that name. Gotta get that name. Gotta get that. We gotta get it.
Yeah. And you love this one, dude.
I think this song is so fun.
Yes, I agree. I think that the rhythms in it are really fun. Got to get that name. We've got to get that name. Gotta get that name. That's not typical, and I like it.
And they managed to give this one an energy despite the limited number of sets by cutting around between the different sets and having all these different Muppets make their best guesses at what his name might be.
Yeah.
And then I love the shots where it's all the Muppets from this story. Like, I think there's maybe 4 different layers.
Rows.
And they're doing rows, and they're doing the back and forth thing, and they're going opposite directions and alternating rows, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's making as like they're taking as much advantage as they can of the limited size of the TV frame, and it looks good.
Yeah. It actually reminds me of my show choir. Like there's not a lot of us. We put out a nice big sound. We're getting better every day. And but you know, that's kind of how we act. It's just like we are bigger than what we seem in number.
Yeah, you work with what you have.
Just sing very loudly at you.
Right.
Yeah,
sure.
It's pretty good.
Well, my favorite thing about this song is the thing where they're just like listing names and just like different characters are like popping up and saying different names.
Yeah.
Leroy, just plain Roy, just plain Lee or whatever.
Yeah.
And what are you is that my cue?
No, I just want to sing it.
Oh, Roz, you can sing it.
And one of them suggests Zahn, and they all go, Zahn?
Ron.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they love Steve Zahn.
Yeah.
The breakout star of that thing you do.
Yeah.
Does it start with a P?
So,
gotta get that name, gotta get that name.
So there's this little weasel character.
Yeah.
Who
great
shows up
weasel.
in the front row of these group dance breaks and just is like wildly dancing around and pretty much upstaging all the other Muppets.
So in my notes, I have written down simply weasel controversy.
Yes.
Because I know that this is like, Roz, you often talk about this being like one of your favorite jokes. It's like the funniest thing.
Yeah.
How he's like waving around, just going crazy.
And then he just stops and sings with them.
Yeah.
It's not
right.
just
Sometimes
the
he's
way
singing
that-
along, and sometimes he's just
Yeah,
flailing.
It's the difference where he's just like, and his head just goes open at such a wide angle.
Right.
And
The puppet is very flexible.
Yes. So it's not just the shaking, it's the fact that he can stop on a dime, slam his jaw open, sing right in sync with everybody else, and then just go back to flailing. And
Right. Well,
it's hilarious.
Sure. Well, the reason I call it a controversy, though, is because I know you know this, Ryan. Our friend Joe Hennis, multiple time guest on this podcast. This is like his least favorite thing in any Muppet production ever.
Yeah, which is inexplicable to me.
Is the weasel? Well, I texted him to see if he could drop in to give his take on the weasel, and he said like maybe, and he'll let me know. So if he does, we'll drop it in here. But
I am prepared with my debate.
I'm sure you are.
I am ready for you, Joe.
Here's what I can tell you. I remember on the Muppet News Group back in the day when this first came out, my memory at least was that the response to this flailing weasel was overwhelmingly positive. Everybody was like,
I like it.
I love this little guy. Like, it's the highlight of the song. It's hilarious. And you hear these stories from the longtime Muppet performers about how they would always try to upstage each other, and it was just like a fun game they had going, and Jim Henson thought it was great, and that seems to be in the spirit of that. Like, I forget. Do we know who this is? Is this Brian Henson? Maybe.
Do we? I don't know. Do we know that?
I thought I should have looked that up. I thought we did. But then this weasel will go on to become Eugene on Muppets Tonight, who works in the control room.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
And it's probably because he was so memorable.
Yeah, I think so. I think because he makes such an impression in this moment. Yeah, okay. It's on Muppet Wiki. Steve Whitmire revealed on alt.tv.muppets, that's the old news group, that Brian Henson performed the mink, that he calls him, and Gotta Get That Name. So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. So it really is the boss man. So you can't argue with him.
Right.
You can't tell him no.
Yeah.
Because then Steve Whitmire played him on Muppets Tonight. So he would know.
Yeah.
Steve Whitmire played Eugene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's funny.
Sure, because Brian Henson was that character's name Nigel? It was,
Nigel,
right?
Who's like the technical director of Muppets Tonight,
Yeah, Muppets Tonight, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look kind of like Droop. All right.
Yes.
So
I think that again, the ending is all the endings are dumb puns or dumb jokes.
Yes, and this one is like a flagrantly stolen dumb joke.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So what the ending is, you just want to say it, Roz? You say it.
So Rumpelstiltskin is about to get away with it, and he's just like, you're not gonna get me to say it. He's like, fair. This isn't fair because Piggy says that it's not fair to give up her baby. And he's like, do you think that it would be fair that my mom sent me off to summer camp every year? Do you think that it was fair if I had a name like, And then she goes, oh, and since she's a mother, only because she is a mother now, does she intuitively know that you are supposed to mark your kids' clothes with their name? And that is something that you learn as a mom.
When you send them to summer camp.
When you send them to summer camp. Also, whenever you live in Minnesota and you have to send a separate bag of snow clothes with your kids for 6 months, you have to mark every single glove, hat, snow boot, and snow pants because everybody buys the same stuff. And so, like, that obviously didn't ring true with me whenever I was in high school. But now I'm just like, yep, that's something that they teach you.
Sure.
Like, somebody teaches you to write your kids' names in your clothes. And so then she's just like, you always sew your children's names in your clothes. And so then they look at his shirt and she's just like, we've got you, Mr. Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, right? That's Lorraine thinking Marty's name is Kelvin Klein.
Oh,
Like,
I guess so.
exactly.
But that's not the denouement of the
No,
story.
I suppose not. But
it's a one-off joke.
It's a one-off joke,
and
you're
it
right,
might,
you're right.
and if it's referencing Back to the Future,
a famous movie that
movie
Yeah,
that everybody knows, then that's even funnier. And then they're just like, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
And then they say Rumpelstiltskin, and then Gonzo gets so mad, and they're celebrating that Gonzo,
the actor, seems to take it very personally that he's been defeated.
Yeah,
he does.
He's way in
so
character.
method, guys. He's the most method of all the actors.
Right. It's true.
Yeah. So yeah, that he goes back to the ropes and to the curtain and like almost destroys something.
The curtain's
almost
crashing
destroys
down.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never has gone through a block and tackle before.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's a good joke.
Yeah.
Here's a funny joke.
All right.
And he's like completely dazed. He's completely dazed, and Rizzo's like trying to study him, and he's just like completely out of it because he's gave himself a mild concussion probably. Mm-hmm. And then Rizzo is just like, okay, I gotta go, I'm in the next one.
Yep.
And then Gonzo just like turns it around.
Also, at some point, I forget when exactly, Rizzo is wearing this jacket, which this is around the time, like on Muppets Tonight, he was always wearing these jackets. But at one point, he turns around and you can see the back of his jacket. It's a piece of cheese, and it says "The Cheese Whiz Original Cast" or something like that. So apparently, like this is the rat version of the Whiz.
Which we saw the rat version of the Whiz on the Muppet Show's Jean-Pierre Rampal episode.
Oh,
the rats sing "He's on Down the Road," and Rizzo's there.
Okay, so. That's not an episode I'm super familiar with. So there you go.
Season 5. I'm just familiar with that song because I love the Wiz.
Yeah,
and the Muppets did one of the numbers from it. You know, so
our kids love
Iris. Iris was like has gone through multiple phases
of being obsessed,
she's
with
obsessed
it.
with the Wiz.
Yeah, whenever she was about 2.5, that's like all she listened to.
Yeah, and then like this year she was
really into it again. And then Miles has been into it.
Miles sings the song. Miles wrote a Weird Al-esque parody of "He's on Down the Road" called "Scooch on Down the Table" that he sings all the time.
Yes, while he flings himself on the edge of the table and managed to just swing his legs back and forth so that he can move around the table without ever touching the floor.
It's true. My buddy.
Yeah. So
my guy. All right.
Yeah, that Cheese Whiz joke. I haven't actually noticed it, so that's awesome. This gives me.
Been watching it on the 13-inch.
It's such a tiny screen.
Right.
Very hard to see details.
And then, anything else about this one, Rumpelstiltskin? Before we move on,
I think that Gonzo looks great too.
Yeah. Okay. So Satyr versus Rumpelstiltskin. Who do you like? Fashion show.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna give it to Rumpelstiltskin more.
Yeah.
I think that wig that they put on him looks really cool. I think that it my favorite part of the Satyr is whenever he's like on his back with his legs in the air trying to get off the roses, or Rizzo pulling his legs. So like Rumpelstiltskin I think looks incredible.
He does look real cool. Yeah. I agree. You agree? All right. So then the next one, our 5th segment, is called The Emperor's New Clothes. And is this the other one? This is your last favorite. Yeah, this is your last favorite.
For sure.
Gonzo's not even in it.
Gonzo's not in it. No.
And Gonzo's not in the Three Little Pigs either, and that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, he can be my favorite, and I still like other things.
That's true.
It's okay.
But this is speaking of Three Little Pigs, which starred Miss Piggy. This one stars Frank Oz also because he's the titular emperor. Fozzie.
Yeah, the first time we've seen Fozzie in this.
This is the only sketch where Frank plays someone besides Piggy.
Yeah.
We don't see Sam. We don't see Animal.
No.
He's like the cameo. Fozzie is the cameo.
We really see relatively few regular Muppets in this.
Yes.
It's true. We don't see Bunsen and Beaker. Rizzo. We don't even see Statler and Waldorf in the theater.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's Kermit, Piggy, Gonzo, Rizzo, Fozzie, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right?
Yeah, and Fozzie and Robin are only at the end.
2 of them. Robin's in the last 2.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's seriously
not even
Animal. Yeah.
Which I wonder if that's kind of what I find lackluster about it also.
Is
They're
that
like-
there's just not enough of the core Muppets?
Yeah.
There's no Ralph, no
Well, Ralph,
animal.
I mean, this is during the time when Ralph hadn't been recast yet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But I think with Scooter, you know, I mean, a lot of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, no animal, no Bunsen and Beaker,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know.
Well, again, this was just during
Was-
their recovery and survival of losing Jim.
Right. You're right.
Still.
Absolutely.
So so they're just doing with what they can
Yeah.
without their, leader and creator.
So this one is about how Fozzie is an emperor and Rizzo is a con artist out on the street.
He's a
Yeah.
snake oil salesman.
Well, and hey, we should say Yolanda's in this.
Yolanda.
That's a pre-existing character, so that's another one.
Yeah, and
This is
one of the other rats
one of the other rats, like from Muppets Take Manhattan.
from
yeah.
Muppets Take Manhattan.
I think it's either Chester or Masterson. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the three rats are con men, and they're like selling elixirs out on the street and stuff.
Yes.
And then
The cure good for what ails ya.
yeah, and then Julianne Boucher, by the way, is Yolanda here.
Yeah.
Same part she would play later on the 2015 sitcom.
Yeah.
Good. First time. This is her debut as
Yeah.
Yolanda.
Right.
And then 20 years later, she kind of made it a breakout star.
Yeah, what a crazy body.
What a crazy body. And so anyways, they convince the king that they can make him new clothes. What they make
Yep.
him is a nothing piece of clothing, of course.
Yeah.
Fozzie's not naked. He's wearing heart or polka dot boxer shorts, which I think is pretty funny.
That's such a good
I
character.
actually do. But Robin is the little boy who can like see it, who like calls it out for what it is.
Yes.
The only person in town who's willing to admit that the emperor's not wearing any clothes. So then Rizzo and his friends get put in jail. That same dungeon we saw earlier.
Yeah. This
That's-
is where they reused the dungeon.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
And it has another song in it.
It does. Yeah,
Nothing's-
this is a
nothing's
really
too
good,
good
one.
for you.
Yeah.
It's funny because this is the time specifically where I was thinking, boy, this song is boring. And then you said, this is the prettiest song, I think.
I
Uh-huh.
really love this song.
Yeah, I know you do. You love all this stuff.
Yeah.
So what's so fab about it?
Well, I think that this is what Kermit's song earlier should have been. It's a little bit more picked up in tempo.
And this is the same songwriters.
And
This
the
is the
same
Silver Shirt.
songwriters, yeah. So they're really good with language, like get rid of that shen, sell it to a lonely prince. Just great poetry.
I like
and
the line. It's at the end of the song. These jewels, oh how we fooled those fools. Nothing fits
Yeah.
so perfectly as clothes for those who cannot see. More internal rhymes. I think I like internal rhymes in general.
yeah,
Sure.
that bear was. This con was so idyllic. That bear was imbecilic. We're rich. It's a really great song, and it has, again, they're doing two parts. So the first one is them talking to the king and convincing him that all of this will be great, and then we get them talking to themselves. So they're big into two-part songs.
Yeah.
And this one I think works better because they kept the same tune and they just made the content different.
Yeah.
And I think that works better. But again, a little bit of a slower song. It's kind of a come down from Gotta Get That Name. But it's not too slow and it's really fun. I really like this song for all those reasons.
Yeah, there you go. We should mention in this segment a really important debut is that I had it written down as the constable, but then they
Yeah.
refer to him as the bailiff.
Bailiff.
It's a hound dog with a British barrister's wig on.
Oh, and
Who's
the hat.
Yeah, who's a
Like
pretty
a Three Musketeers
like a
hat.
Three Musketeers hat. He's a pretty important character in this. This is Bill Beretta, and this is Bill Beretta in his debut character performance with the Muppet.
Yes.
Like he had been on Dinosaurs. He was Earl's
I love
primary performer and
Dinosaurs.
stuff, but he
Yeah.
had a good voice.
Yeah.
Although frankly, he could have.
He could have done it.
You know, like
That just wasn't the pattern that they were going with.
right. But so this is it. This is like this is our going through this podcast chronologically. this is our introduction to Bill Barretta.
Yeah, wow.
Who has been one of the key figures in the Muppets ever since.
Pretty much ever since this. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and he's fine here. It's funny. It's a good voice. He sounds like he's having fun. Kind of sounds like Bobo a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
like
and this
like a classy
character,
Bobo.
the gag of this character is that he just uses a lot of words.
Yeah.
He uses a lot of synonyms for every word he says, and Rizzo or somebody says, like, what did you swallow, a thesaurus?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Rizzo gets a lot of good gags on this.
Sure.
I think that he gets a lot of asides. He's very Chandlery. Rest in peace. Chandler Bing and Matthew Perry. So, but this is what he's so good at. Again, it's just that reaction. It's that reaction quip that he's so good at, and he gets to do that a lot.
I never thought about you liking Chandler and Rizzo for the same reason. But that makes
might
total
like
sense.
Rizzo and Chandler for the same reason. But also the scenery in this, they get a lot of variety. They're in like a ballroom. They're out on the square with a big fountain behind them. You get to see Fozzie as a full-bodied puppet.
Yes, like Muppet movie style. His whole body wiggling around.
Yeah. And his little crown wiggles whenever he walks, and he wiggles.
Yeah.
And I think that that's such a great choice.
The costume, this segment might have the best costumes of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's really fun. The Bill Barretta's bailiff looks amazing.
Yeah.
And Fozzie looks incredible. Whenever they all put shoes on their ears, like the shoes are super detailed.
Yeah. And
how did they get shoes to stick on Fozzie's ears whenever they're underneath his crown?
I guess
they don't care.
Yeah. Well, and this, you talk about Muppet controversies. I'm sure we'll talk a lot in Muppet Treasure Island about how stupid Fozzie is in that movie. And
yes,
he's very stupid.
Is he too stupid in that movie? But he's pretty stupid.
Yes, we will discuss it.
We'll discuss it. Right. Clothes. So is this the beginning of really stupid Fozzie, or is this like a hint of things to come?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good idea but we've talked about how Fozzie has been dumb before, right? Like Fozzie is really dumb in John Denver and the Muppets Rocky Mountain Holiday.
That's true. Where he thinks
that episode
Beehive is a football.
Yeah, as we discussed in that episode with special guest star Joe Hennis, who is joining us right now.
Hey,
listen, I heard that you all were talking about Muppet Classic Theater and how good it is, and I was just like, I can't let that stand. I'm still I need to come and tell you how wrong you all are.
Yo, hey, bro,
no,
you must know that we are not all talking about how good it is.
Oh, thank goodness.
I am here to set all the records straight. This is a great show. This is so much fun. You don't even know.
But
can we put it to a vote?
Okay, you get one vote per time that you've seen it. So I get 4,500 votes. Okay, then we can vote.
Wow. All right. All right.
No, Joe, the reason I wanted you to pop in is because, as we already discussed, Roz thinks that
Weasel controversy.
Oh, yeah, I have in my notes Weasel controversy. And so I just want you and Roz to have it out once and for all. The Weasel in Gotta Get That Name.
Officially known as the Weasel controversy of 1994.
Yes.
Roz, I love you so much. You're great. I think that you have so many opinions that are just spot on. This is not one of them. Okay, first of all, this is by saying I have to I got a text from Anthony like 5 minutes ago being like, hey, can you pop up? So it's not like I just rewatched the special in preparation for this.
No.
So I don't have this, firmly in my recent memory.
He's losing this debate. He's gonna call his bestie to save him from
it's just like, okay, so first of all, let's talk about this song. We'll get to the Weasel in a second. The Weasel is very important, but let's talk about this song. This is the most obnoxiously repetitive song probably in the Muppets repertoire. It's this earworm that just digs right into my brain that I just can't
So
get
what
out,
you're
and
saying
like the
is
worst way
it's
possible.
super catchy.
Yeah, that's what I
Like a
heard.
virus. Yeah,
You can't not think about it. It's too
You go
catchy.
around
yeah.
thinking
I mean,
about it.
it's like just like it's the same sentence as streptococcus.
Oh, ouch, man.
So
Okay.
That's my first beef. My second beef. Let's talk about this weasel for a quick second. So I appreciate, in the immortal words of Carol Spinney, I like what they were trying to do. Like, I appreciate the idea that, like, the Muppets have this history of upstaging, but there's something about how everyone is just doing this choreography, and we're already kind of trudged through this song, and there's this one friggin' weasel who's like, "Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shake my head back and forth like a crazy person." And apparently everyone eats it up, and I don't get it. All he's doing is just shaking his head back and forth. That's not a dance move. That's nothing. That's the kind of puppetry that, like, a 6-year-old be like, hey, let me show you what I can do. Check this out. Get that name, get that name, gotta get that name. That's it. That's what the weasel does.
No, if it were just that, yes, but it's not just that. It's being able to shake back and forth and then stop and sing in the exact same beat in sync with everybody else. So, like, a kid would just shake it and then it would fly off their hand. And then
it's Brian Henson.
It's Brian Henson. He shakes it and then he stops and he sings in the exact same beat in sync with everybody, including in the right direction. So it's like he's counting how many times he's shaking and counting it out so that he lands right on a dime.
And so what you're telling me is that what you love is not the shaking, it's when he isn't shaking.
I love the comparison of it, because whenever you're going nuts and then you just stop and say something logical and then you go back to being nuts, then that's funny to me. That's very funny.
I will go ahead and say that what I love is the shaking, because it's it's the thing of, like, Order Muppets and Chaos Muppets, which goes all the way back to Sam and Friends and Variety Show bits and early Sesame Street bits, where there are Muppets who are just trying to do the act that they are all there to do. And then there's the one subversive, crazy Muppet who's just doing his own silly thing.
Who's just messing it up. Yeah. He's
I don't know. It's like Mana jumping in and ruining the number that the Snouts are trying to do.
Or Crazy Harry.
But the difference...
Yeah.
But the difference here is, like, that those examples are things that are, like, in the script. Like, they're things that like it's funny because there's a reason for them to be shaking up the norm. This is like the boss is like, I'm gonna do this thing, and everyone's like, I guess we're not gonna say no to him. And
what would you react differently if we had just said that we found out that it was actually Frank Oz playing the weasel? Would you think that it was funny if Frank Oz were doing it?
I think Frank Oz would make it funnier. That is a true fact. Actually, I was actually under the impression, for some reason, I think it's probably because of the story about Bunny in Muppet Celebrate 30 years special, that I thought it was Kevin Clash. That's what my funny memory was. So
the Bunny is Jim.
I wasn't even thinking before.
The Bunny in that story is Jim, though. It's Kevin Clash who tells
you're right.
him to be...
Yes, thank you.
Like, stop moving
See,
around so
I didn't even get that story right. You're totally right. Yeah, I didn't even get that story right. But yes, my point being is, like, I came into this conversation not even thinking that it was Brian, and I still feel
okay.
Yeah, that my opinion has not changed.
Well, and it doesn't have to change. But the weasel is funny. That's just all there is.
But yours does. I think the weasel had became funny when he became Joe the Legal Weasel. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Joe? Joe from Legal?
And he got that for standing out, though. Like, that's why they kept him.
This is not the same puppet.
Oh, well, the Legal Weasel. Puppet. Yeah, I was thinking about Eugene again.
Eugene on Muppets Tonight. Yeah, that was him.
But I think that it's hilarious that he just goes and goes and goes, stops, sings, goes and goes and goes and goes It's hilarious.
All right.
The position
Wrong.
is
Okay.
interesting.
Sure.
Also, it would be less interesting without it.
That I agree with. And again, going off my fuzzy memory of the last time I watched this special, like, does it feel like the song is so friggin' boring? What are we gonna do to make it we'll have a puppet shake around a lot. That'll spice things up. That'll keep the kids entertained.
Yeah, did it work?
Ah,
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe.
why are you
Hey,
here?
thank you all for having me. Why am I here? All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna go do that thing that I always do when I watch Muppet Classic Theater, and that's turn off all of my devices and go to bed. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
I'm watching it next time you're over here, dude. We're gonna sit down.
Okay,
and watch.
deal.
Yes.
Deal.
And I'm
And then
gonna
I'll walk
talk
away.
to you and laugh so loud at every funny part.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for having me. Have a good podcast.
You're wrong. Love you.
All right.
Ryan, my man. Yes.
All right. So, last one, final segment. Now that our special guest has exited, the final segment in the special is the Elves and the Shoemaker. And in the transition here, Gonzo says the Elves and the Shoemaker. Rizzo's all like, "Whoa, this story's about Elvis? What?" So then it is.
Yeah, no,
Which
the first time I saw this, this seemed like the height of comedy to me. Because I don't know if today's young people know, because I don't know that the Elvis caricature is still like such a common thing in comedy. But for years and years, it was such an easy way to get a laugh, just to have a character do an Elvis impression.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Because
And,
somehow
like,
everybody knew, like, the, "Hey, baby," and, thank you very much. That's all you had to do to get a laugh. And
Yeah.
it actually, like, it makes a certain amount of sense to go with a story that has the word elves in the title and turn it into Elvis's.
Yes.
It makes a certain amount of sense.
It makes a certain amount of sense, so they did it.
It makes a little logical sense because elves are tiny, and Robin is already in this.
Yeah.
He's the nephew. So, like, to make an even tinier Muppet wouldn't have worked, but to make a full size Elvis,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Good
that
call.
totally works.
Good call. So anyways, what's the story here? The shoemaker, of course, is Kermit, and he's bad at his job.
I makes really ugly shoes.
makes
Yeah,
really
everybody
ugly
says
shoes.
they make ugly shoes.
It's so ugly. They just
Yeah.
look like shoes to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should have made props that were like absurd looking, but they're just shoes. I
They're
don't
just very brown, dull
Yeah, I don't
shoes.
really get it.
Yeah.
But anyways, then Robin is his nephew, and his name is Robin, and he wishes for a miracle. So then the Elvises show up at night to make the shoes, and then everybody loves the Elvis shoes.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what happens. But the Elvis
And then there's the banker. That's the like drama. Is
right.
that
They're gonna lose the store.
They're
if
gonna
they don't pay
lose the
bank.
The banker
store.
keeps taking their money.
Yeah, and that they have to keep making really amazing shoes, and it's just like miracles don't happen in real life, but this is a fairy tale.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably my favorite one out of them.
Really?
honestly. I kind of think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just silly. I don't know. I think about it the most.
Okay.
The Elvises thing, and like the Elvises get this song. So Bill Beretta is back.
Yeah.
Our new Muppet star, Bill Beretta, is
Yes.
the lead Elvis,
Uh-huh.
which he would do on Muppets Tonight. They liked this so much they made the Elvises a recurring segment on Muppets Tonight.
Yeah, great moments in Elvis history.
Yeah.
And Bill Beretta as the lead Elvis and the backup Elvises, played by other people, get to do this song called "Bad Shoe Blues," which is we talk about Balsam and Lee. This sounds almost just like Fraggle Rock Rock.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think
Bad Shoe Blues.
before I rewatched it for this, I would have said "Gotta Get That Name" was the best song, but this is the best song in this.
It probably is. Yeah, it's good. And it's just like real high energy.
Yeah.
Like they're having so much fun, and it's just pleasant to listen to. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. What do you think? What do you think about Elvis? This isn't one of your favorites.
It really isn't. Usually about this time I would be kind of drifting off to sleep. I would fall asleep right after the song because I do like the song a lot. But it was just like, oh, the movie's about to end.
Yeah.
It's okay for me to fall asleep now.
Sure. Sure.
But the song is really great. No more bad shoe blues.
Yeah.
And they work in the Elvis line, and I love them using the shoes as the percussion.
Sure.
I think that that's a really cute little detail. To have the rhythm come from just banging on these cute little shoes.
The shoes and the tools,
Yeah.
And speaking of details, this sketch also has the moment where Rizzo, who's not a character in it otherwise, decides
he
that
just loves Elvis.
He loves Elvis. So he decides to run in and tell Kermit what to do by whispering in his ear.
Yes.
And that kind of like solves the problem.
Yeah.
Which should be great. That should be like such a fun moment that Rizzo, like, who's not in the story, enters the story.
Yes.
That should be like one of the highlights. But Steve Whitmire was playing Kermit.
Yep.
So Dave Goles plays Rizzo when he runs in, and they didn't bother to dub it.
Or they forgot, or they ran out of time.
Yeah, and it doesn't really sound like Rizzo. I mean, it sounds like Philo from Fraggle Rock. Basically.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just like, yeah, well, listen here, or whatever, you know.
Oh, nephew, those elves have been so very good to us. I think the time has come to thank them for their kindness.
But what can we give them?
Excuse me, but why don't you,
He's kidding, right?
But so some of us are losing their hearing, and some of us are not voice chasers. I never knew that.
You never noticed
until you told me.
You never noticed. Interesting.
No,
yeah.
It's such a brief little bit.
Sure.
And there's a new Jersey accent, and that's what I hear.
Good enough. Sure.
Good. I never noticed it.
Huh.
I'm sure that our daughter would have noticed it, but I didn't.
Yeah. She's seen
she's a little voice chaser too.
She is. She is a little voice chaser. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like her dad.
It's true. It's true.
But no, that did never register with
me. To me, it's kind of emblematic of how low effort this whole thing kind of is. I know you disagree, but
I totally disagree.
There's so much like good enough. We're print it. It's done.
Well, now I'm trying to think, are there any other moments in the special where two characters performed by the same performer are on screen at the same time, where they did loop it?
I don't think so, because Dave pretty much only plays Gonzo.
Yeah, that's true.
And Steve pretty much only plays Kermit and Rizzo, right? Which is why this is...
Yeah, I guess so.
And they're never in the same story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Gonzo and Rizzo are not in this at all, and they're in all the rest.
No, they're not in the
Three Little Pigs. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
They're not in Three Little Pigs.
Right.
Yeah.
And Rizzo is in this.
So they're not in the intro or the beginning or the last
first
one.
or last, but they're in all the others.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, then they what happens at the end? You fall asleep. You don't remember.
Well, Kermit delivers his lines like really, really, and I think that this is on purpose, but just like, so I am reading my lines now. And he's just like, and I now know how to make shoes that are not terribly ugly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that all of his lines are just like, oh, Robin, that is not going to happen.
Yeah, I like that. I like that Kermit's like playing it very stiff here.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
I think that it's really funny because he doesn't do that in the other ones.
Right.
That's true.
You know, he's just like, no, this shoemaker is a big nerd, and he's just going to deliver all his lines like this. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, right. So then this just kind of ends, and the Elvises like sing us out over the closing credits.
Well, the shoemaker and his nephew learn how to make the blue suede shoes so they can make their own shoes, and then they gift the Elvises their own white sequin jumpsuits. And the Elvises move to Las Vegas and have a residency.
Yeah, and then they're just like, and mine's got a cape.
Yeah.
Right, that's cute.
Yeah.
Because of Captain Marvel Jr.
No.
Yes. That's why Elvis had a cape.
Seriously?
Yes, that's his favorite superhero. Look it up. That's true, right, Ryan? I'm not misremembering.
I have heard that that's his favorite superhero. Is that why he wanted a cape?
I think so.
That sounds reasonable to me.
I think I read that on Comic Book Urban Legends Revealed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds credible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's it. Brian Cronin does his research.
Oh, okay.
Right. Ryan knows what I'm talking.
Okay. So they get their capes and then they put on their show over the credits and everybody's dancing around with them. And they invented Elvis, you know.
They invented him.
The shoemakers, because they gave him his white sequin jumpsuit with a cape. Yeah.
And then it's just over. Gonzo and Rizzo don't do any kind of outro.
Yeah, and there's no finale. Like I thought, you know, you might think there would be a big finale with the entire cast of Muppets, but they don't do that. It's just like, this is the end of the story and now we're done.
I don't think they have enough puppeteers for that.
Maybe not.
You know?
But they have the Elvises do their show.
Right. And
over
the closing credits.
Over the closing credits. So I think that's like the thing. It's just like, and now they're a Las Vegas residency
has begun.
Has begun.
Yeah. And then it's over. So that's kind of it. All right. So final thoughts on Muppet Classic Theater. Ryan, I'll start with you. We normally start with our guest, but Ryan, I'm going to start with you because I think our guest has more final thoughts.
Yeah, well, we talked about the writers already, but I noticed directed by David Grossman, who I don't think really did any other major Muppet projects. But if you look at his credits, he's directed a lot of TV, including comedies and dramas, including a handful of episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, which is a departure from something like this. But yeah.
And
so
lots of the puppet episode of Angel.
I don't know if he did that one. That would be interesting. But just a long time TV guy. And then I noticed also in the credits, the music producer, Robert Kraft, our guest on our previous special bonus episode of this podcast.
Previous guest on this podcast.
So cool.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't want to. I feel bad saying negative things about the special with Roz here. I will say what I said. I'll say what I said before we started recording. When I take notes on these things for this podcast, I always write down my favorite jokes in each production. I was somewhat surprised at how few things there were that I personally considered jokes in this special. It's pleasant. But it's even compared to Christmas Carol and Treasure Island, it's really mostly just like telling these old stories that everybody knows and casting Muppets in them instead of like trying to make it wackier or sillier or more subversive or postmodern or whatever, which is fine. And I'm sure, you know, I don't know what the sales numbers were like on video for this, but I'm sure much like those other stories, I'm sure a lot of kids were introduced to these stories from this video. So, it's pleasant enough.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, I guess I mostly agree. My thing is that I just think it's boring. I mean, I really do. Like, I just don't think it's that memorable. But you disagree. So, Roz, final thoughts.
Well, it's, first of all, if we're talking about Muppet stuff, there is way more boring Muppet stuff out there.
That's true. Like, the last 5 seasons of Sesame Street.
Oh,
pretty much. And this I feel like if you're taking it from the spirit that I do, like the Muppets have created this magical community theater with fairy tales. I think it's a total winner. I think that if you're comparing it to the Muppet Show, if you're comparing it to Muppet movies, like, don't compare it. Just love it for what it is. You know, they're just trying to do their best with the characters that they've got. And most of the jokes are sight gags, and they're just like really corny endings and really corny ends of jokes. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about the jokes in King Midas.
Okay, what are they?
Like the doctor saying, but I can't cure him, but this should keep him from tarnishing.
Oh, you did do that. You love that. You love those jokes.
Like they literally have like a rim shot after that.
Yeah.
I think
that's what tells you it's a joke and not just a line of dialogue.
I know, but I laugh even without it. So I think, you know, just everybody just be a little bit more flexible, be a little bit more forgiving with the budget, and appreciate the fact that Gonzo and Rizzo are a great team. that kept the Muppets alive, and whenever they could have gone away, and just appreciate all the little parts and all the little sight gags that they have in it. And the music's great. It's catchy. Whether Joe likes it or not, it's really catchy.
Yes, the songs are good.
Yeah,
The
right.
songs are good. So everybody just open up your hearts, be a little bit more flexible, be a little bit more forgiving, and you will love this. You'll love this movie.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Roz, thank you so much for joining us for this one.
Yes, thank you.
I was so excited. I don't think that I could have let you have a podcast without coming down here and saying my piece on Muppet Classic Theater.
Since we decided we were going to cover special,
yeah,
I have been so excited to have you on for this.
And you're
the whole time.
You don't regret it. Still.
Of course not. No, it's so fun. Roz, if I didn't want you to talk about how much you love this special, I wouldn't have asked you to come on the podcast.
See, the real secret is that I say all of this every time we watch it.
I have no doubt.
Yeah. So now it's just recorded.
It's on the record. We can just play
It's on the record. We can just play this podcast every time we watch it, and we'll hear all the same beats from me. And they'll be like, "You're there too, Ryan."
Yeah, it'll be like you're there with us.
I'll be right there in the basement with you.
Yeah, you should come on up.
Yeah, just come on up. Just come over real quick.
All right.
Enjoy the snow once we get some.
Oh, no thanks.
Yeah. But thank you guys for having me on. It is so much fun to visit with you, and it's so much fun to spread the joy of Muppet Classic Theater.
Yeah.
And the fact that it is awesome no matter what anybody else says.
Sure. All right. There we go. And with that, we are done. Listeners, you can always check out toughpigs.com on the internet, Facebook, Twitter. We don't have Blue Sky yet, do we?
We are actually on Blue Sky, yes.
We have Blue Sky. All right. I don't think I follow us. I should do that.
Yeah.
We're all over. We would love it if you became a patron of ours on Patreon. That would be a delight. You can always email us at movingrightalong@toughpigs.com. You can follow Ryan on Twitter still. Is that true?
No, not really on Twitter, since it became a cesspool. But I am on Blue Sky. At
so you're on Blue Sky at me, Ryan Rowe. You can also follow me. Big news, gang. You can follow me on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
I was off Twitter for 3 years, but you can follow me on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper. That's true.
Perfect.
That's really true. You didn't know it? Double Marxist was taken.
Oh,
someone claimed it, so I just went with Durwood.
Went with it.
One of the best Muppets.
Wow.
What'd you say?
One of the best Muppets, Durwood Clapper.
One of my all-time favorites.
Oh no, Durwood Clapper and Norman hanging out right here.
There you go. You can follow Ryan on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat, and me on Letterboxd under my classic name, Zeppo Marxist. Roz, where can the listeners find you and your work?
Oh, good luck. Please don't find me.
It's okay. You can plug your recent appearance on another Tough Pigs podcast.
Oh, yeah. So I had the benefit and joy on being on Fraggle Talk. And that was with Beth and her crew. And that was just such a joy. They're just wonderful. So definitely listen to that. Keep listening to Tough Pigs podcasts in general and talking about Muppet stuff. And if you really do want to send me a message or something, go ahead and send it to Anthony. He just previews that stuff. Because I don't maintain a digital life very well.
That's true.
So I hang out in the real world. And if you want to meet me in the real world, let me know. And we'll hang out and talk about the great music on Muppet Classic Theater.
Yes. So if you want to send Roz a message, send it to durwoodclapper.moviesguy.social. All right. Thank you, as always, to Morgan Davy for designing our logo. And listeners, please give us that positive review you've been meaning to. We're coming up on our 6th anniversary of this podcast.
Wow.
It's true. It's true. You've been meaning to give us that positive review the whole time, and you can. We will be back eventually with another episode, and in fact, a season about Muppet Treasure Island. It's happening.
I'm so excited for you guys to come back.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We might have a holiday-ish episode before
Right,
that.
We might have one more bonus episode before that. So see us whenever we pop up again,
Yes.
just like that crazy weasel.
Weasel.
For another episode of Moving Right Along. Goodbye.
So listen to the news. Yeah, no more bad shoe blues. Any old rhythm you choose. You got your blue suede through here. That's right. There's a little scissor gonna snip it like it's a snapping fool. Yeah, there's a little thimble gonna click it till the fitting feels cool. Well, you can rock it to the socket, you can play like Slade, and the way you cut it, gotta cut it out straight. Now listen to the news, no more bad shoe blues. Any old rhythm you choose, you got your blue suede.
Bad shoe blues.
All right.